Is it fixed now? Is it fixed? Fake Alec Kyle Parker? Is it fixed? Jesus. There should not be a massive chat delay now. Should not be massive now. Should be okay. Where's the game? I want to try first. Home. Battlefront. Yeah, why not? Do you want to allow this app to make changes in your body? Yeah, why not? I have to add it to... Hello. A thumb button? No. Doesn't this game use a controller? No. It does not. Not this one. No, none of my mice actually has a thumb button. None of my 2 mice has that. None of them do. So have I fixed the delay or not? Bought a Logic at G502 and it's amazing. Well, unfortunately I have different priorities. So, you know. If I were to, I have to get money for the trip. I have to get a hard drive to for data. I would like to get some more SD cards. I've been gifted some batteries, so I have extra batteries for the camera now. Maybe more lenses. What else? A bag. That's a good one. A bag. A mouse would be nice though. And a better camera for the streaming. A microphone. If I had a microphone to take with me, because this microphone is not really good for taking with me. If I had a microphone to use with the laptop when I stream in Ukraine. Not to even mention better laptop, but that's neither here nor there. For now, I'll just use this. This is okay. Stalker, after the updates in the driver graphics update, works better, but it still does not work good. So I guess no Stalker 2 still. Should try. Isn't this game a thing that I can play with a controller though? It's a third-person game, right? Okay, why isn't the game... Why can't I see the game?
The situation remains...
Bernie Sanders' speech. How does the game work? Sorry, I have to set it up for stream. Will be at a disadvantage. But I love playing with a controller. You can play first person at 30 if you play as a trooper. Can I just use a lightsaber or something? The game is very slowly turning on. That makes me feel bad about it. Fake Alec Kyle Parker just came in, spammed 5 times. 4 times that the delay is super big and fix it. I attempted to fix it and I get no feedback if it's fixed or not. Classic fake Alec Kyle Parker behavior. Okay? This is typical fake Alec Kyle Parker behavior. Mm. Where's the sound? Have I missed something? Where's the game sound? Hold on. I cannot hear the audio. Literal. Does this game have no audio? Let's put the game on screen. No? I think the control is pretty okay in this game, although I have no comparison because I play on console. Turn off the music? What's wrong with the music? Why? Is it copyrighted or something? Huh. It turned on when I chose to turn it off. I chose turn it off and then it turned on. Okay, wait a minute. Back. Can I play it with the controller? Skill points available. I have one more skill points to use on your characters. Oh look, it's Anakin Skywalker. Single player. Fight for the campaign of Iden version. Jump into the large light Star Wars battle against AI. Isn't there a campaign? This is a campaign, right? Campaign. Fight the Empire as Commander Ian Versio, leader of the Empire's Extraordinary Special Operation Team, Inferno Squad. Wait, hold on. Can't I play a story mode as the good person? Isn't that a thing that I can do? Do I have to be... Do I have to fight for the Empire in this game? What? You have to be evil in this game? Can't I play through the prequel trilogy or whatever? I thought this game would have more story mode options. Fight for the Empire. Oh my god, just play. Explorer, soldier. Okay, I'm gonna play a soldier. Finely tuned combat that's challenging but fair. Okay. In old Battlefront 2, the campaign was just so known. This Star Wars scenarios, I played it like a week ago. Also, welcome, Conrad. I think you might have... Were you here for the Ukraine streams? I'm not sure if you were here. When I was in Ukraine streaming. My background was a white wall in Kiev. The loading is really slow. My goodness. That's another goal that I have to gain money for, to upgrade my hardware. I was one stream for a while. Okay. Okay. Am I gonna be able to play? I usually watch your streams when I need background noise. Thank you. I am pretty good background noise. Does that mean that my voice is nice? Is that what you're saying? My voice is nice? So it works as background noise? A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, cue in the copyright music that I turned off. Invincible Faith, Rebel Security Cruiser.
Captain, she's highly trained. Deception, infiltration, extraction.
Cool.
She's special forces.
Not bad. Game looks pretty good. Actually.
Iden Versio. Inferno Squad.
You can play as Darth Vader in this.
Commander Versio. You must be important.
Pretty important.
Look at me.
Nope.
So let's talk facts. That's what I'm here for. You have the activation code. I've got the ability to help you out.
You gonna torture her?
Just give me the code. You know we can really use someone like you. Just help me and I'll help you. It's that easy.
He's the good cop. Who's gonna be the bad cop?
I'm gonna get what I want eventually. My best technicians are slicing into your droid right now. Take on my offer. All I want is the code. The Empire's time has come. You don't have to go down with it.
Hello, Jordan.
You're right.
Is there a neutral answer to this? Probably. To my question, if my voice is nice, yeah, probably. The neutral answer would be your voice is pretty normal. That's the most neutral answer I can think of.
What have we here? An ID-10 tactical droid. You're way more advanced than the ID-9. Slicing into you is not going to be easy.
Might I suggest a less invasive procedure?
Wish I could, but we don't have the droid's access code.
Might I suggest finding the access code?
The captain's working on that in the detention center. Until then, the only way to access this droid's data is to pry the memory core out of its shell.
Analysis shows this ID-10 has been modified with an electroshock prop.
Which can't do anything if the droid is deactivated. Until it hears the access code, this ID-10 can't do a thing.
Can I do anything?
Please, just let me work in peace.
Understood. I shall remain silent until you have finished defacing that ID-10 tactical unit. Sir, it appears the ID-10 has been remotely activated.
Droid, execute the plan. Download the ship's schematics from their computers, then come find me.
Damn. We're playing the game now.
We have an enemy droid on the loose. Send reinforcements immediately.
Where do I get these schematics?
Don't mind saying that I don't like you. Not one bit. Don't touch that.
Hello. Fake Michael Parker. I tried to fix the delay. It should be lesser now. It should not be massive. How are you? I don't know how to fix that. We'll have to look it up off stream. I don't know how to fix the delay. I can fly? Where do I go now? Sorry. How are you, Jordan?
Use the ventilation system to reach me.
I am convinced on the back of the Declaration of Independence there is a treasure map. A sort of treasure map. Where's the ventilation system?
You worry too much. Do I? You know who's in our cell block, right? Something. What the?
There's nothing special about it.
This game is pretty good looking, actually.
Command wants to report on that Imperial transmission we intercepted.
The detection mirror shows the rebels growing awareness of your presence. When it flashes the alert for the alert.
Hey, how's that decryption coming along? Command is expecting updates before Endor if possible.
Taking longer than expected. The encryption is surprisingly complex. I'll do what I can to hurry things up, but no promises.
Where am I supposed to?
I'll pass it along.
Oh.
There are too many rebels outside my cell. Find another way.
Oh. I found the entrance too late. And it's really well optimized. If it's well optimized, then maybe I'll be able to get it to work on the laptop.
There are too many rebels outside my cell. Find another way.
First we intercept the Imperial message, then we capture...
Stalker 2 is not super well optimized, which is why it works not super well on the laptop. It works like 20 FPS max, which is not ideal.
Lockdown. You'll need to deactivate it from one of their terminals. Contact me when it's done.
How does it look?
You were right. This ion cannon's power coupling is fried. Let's get a technician.
Been a little bit careless.
If you're done, regroup with me. It's time.
Nice. How do you like the game? Is this game new for any of the people watching right now?
I hear you through the vent.
Or is it new only for me?
Right on time. Let's go.
Oh.
Agent Hask, do you read me?
Loud and clear, Commander Versio. You're right on time.
I'm moving to the communications center.
Copy that.
Once I've located and destroyed the stolen Imperial message, I will signal for extraction.
You should just eliminate her. Because
Hey, that's enough.
the Empire is evil.
You're locked up until after Endor. After that, we'll figure out what to do with you. So, until then, just sit down and be quiet.
Gonna eliminate the rebels. Rebels come. That was less impressive than I thought. The rebel is eliminated. Shock eliminates enemies when the meter is full. When aimed properly, can also disable vehicles. Can you do that in multiplayer?
Have the rebels figured out you wanted to be caught?
Never crossed their mind.
To be fair, we're operating outside protocol. We should have just blown up their ship.
Would have raised too many questions. For this to work, we need to be subtle.
I understand, Commander.
Questions with whom? Raise too many questions with whom? Who would question destroying a rebel ship? What? There must be something in the story I'm not getting. I have no clue why anybody would raise questions about.
Calling the invincible faith. By now, you are aware of the beacon directing Alliance ships to the Galan system. With this ruse, we will divert the Empire's attention away from Sullust. We are amassing the fleet.
The rebels still think we don't know about Sullust. They have no idea what's waiting for them at Endor.
We need to keep it that way. If the rebels decrypt that transmission before I delete it, everything will fall apart.
Right, we have a blaster.
Slice this.
It's time. We're heading to Sullust to meet with the rest of the fleet.
Just got coordinates from the captain. Let's prime the hyperdrive.
Can we check on that Imperial transmission again? We're almost out of time.
I got yelled at last time. I'm not going back in there.
The fact that I can just do that is incredible. Okay, the fact that I could get so far. This room is from the movie. Trouble is getting neighbors before Battle of Yavin. Return to the game.
Need a slice.
It's time. We're heading to Solace to meet with the rest of the fleet.
Just got coordinates from the captain. Let's prime the hyperdrive.
Yeah, but the info would be... Who noticed me? Oh. I died. The battle where Wukash destroys the second Death Star and dies. Wukash. I never liked the gun in Star Wars, and I feel all the iconic Vader's design is goofy. Wow.
You're up.
It's not that goofy. Pretty cool.
It's time.
Don't be a goofball.
Just got coordinates from the captain. Let's prime the hyperdrive.
Alright. I got it. Will you press E? What about E? Hold on.
Scan the area.
What about it? More armor than the different face mask? I always like the face mask.
Go.
I always liked it. Yeah. Badass. Badass.
Can we check on that Imperial transmission
Very
again?
badass.
We're almost out of time.
Also, if you like my politics, etc.,
Back in there.
consider I guess headshots don't work in this game. Consider
I've reached the communication center.
donation
Deleting the
and
message will trigger their
subscription.
alarm. Be ready for
I'm
a
gaining
distraction.
funds for my next Ukraine trip, which will be in a few days. I'm sorry to say, Fido.
Scanning.
As an enemy. I'm so sorry, Fido. Anakin Skywalker had a helmet. I'm pretty sure he fought helmlessness. Helmlessless. Oh, yeah, okay. They work, you just missed. I mean, yeah. Once he became Vader, he had a helmet. As he couldn't live without his helmet.
Droid, slice that. I've located the encrypted
Okay, it
intel.
worked now.
This is Moff Rick. We have new orders. The Imperial fleet will move to the far side of Endor. There we will wait for the rebels to attack. Then...
Purge complete. There's nothing for the rebels to learn.
Attention! An Imperial prisoner has escaped. She is extremely dangerous. Find her.
Agent Task, it's time.
Beginning preparations.
I'll secure a blaster and reach the extraction point.
We found her!
I'm on the move.
So is the Corvus.
Watch out, Droid!
Don't let her escape!
I'm the stormtrooper with good aim, relatively speaking. Also, why do I have to reload a blaster? That feels strange. Do I get to kill that commander that, you know, interrogated me at the start?
Need a slice.
No, Moss was the fear factor. He had the life support in his chin piece thing, which he put the helmet and mask on top of. Just to see the bastards overheat. Once they overheat, it shows up a little body thing on the bottom. I wish Vader had some skins in multi. And you have a blue and yellow point. Blaster shoot energy, so you need to reload the battery that powers the blaster. I got two different explanations. Both actually pretty valid.
Enemy located in systems control. Do not let her escape.
She's coming through systems control!
She's getting away!
Blast that super!
I'm almost dead. Where are they?
Show me threats.
Alright. Do I have regeneration?
Time to move!
I like how there's actual weight to people here. It sort of feels that way when you shoot them. I don't know how to explain it. The enemies feel weighty, and I like it. Kind of. I feel like just weightless puppets.
Scan.
In the actual game, most troops can regen to full, but here is only set amount.
Need a slice.
What happened? Oh. I died. On kill. Okay, makes sense. You think our rebels would have better armor, right? I mean, the rebels are underfunded, so probably not. Actually. Do you think that the Empire would have better everything than the rebels? This is before the New Republic times, so rebels are just rebels. Yeah. So they would be under armored and under gunned compared to the Empire. I would think. They're at disadvantage. That's the whole point of the Rebel Alliance. You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away. Okay, I'm being reckless. But that's my usual MO. Being reckless in games is my MO. What? Okay, I have to get a drink. That was bad, even for me. You play on controller? Yes, I am. Listen, I play a lot of games on the controller. That's my jam. It's gonna be real hard for you? Oh, well, you know, I'm used to challenge in life. What time is it? We're gonna play it a little bit more and then we're gonna do politics. I assume some of you come here for my politics. I assume some of you come here to listen to me talk about political prescriptions. This is not a first-person shooter, it's a third-person shooter. This plays like Resident Evil 4. I would never prefer to play Resident Evil 4 with a keyboard and a mouse. Even worse? Why is it even worse? Okay, we're gonna be fine.
Scan the area.
No. Didn't know that was a thing. I won't, don't worry. I will not hold back. Don't you worry about that. You're gonna play against people with a keyboard and a mouse, you know. Yeah, I'm so good that I need to be handicapped. Also, God, I hope this will get me some Star Wars viewership. There's this Battlefront player whose videos have been on my feed, Asioka or something. Keeps having duels with people.
Looking for enemies.
What's your top 3 Star Wars films? Probably the original trilogy. I'm not gonna be super original. Original trilogy.
Slice that.
Got a visual!
You can switch from which shoulder the camera is looking up. Oh, I'm okay with this shoulder. I'm okay with this shoulder being different. You went for it. You regretted it instantly. In what order then? New Hope, Return of the Jedi, and Empire Strikes Back. For the longest time, I've only seen The New Hope, by the way, which works as a standalone movie. You're gonna want to switch it later, so look up which button it is. I can always just do the C. I can just press C. Yeah? Is it because of the whole I am your father? I am your father. Apparently it was changed. Apparently it was supposed to be, at first it was supposed to be Obi-Wan killed your father. And then they changed it to I am your father, and Luke like got it confidentially. And the guy who told it to Mark Hamill was like, if you leak it, we will know it was you. Because apart from you, only 2 people know. So if it leaks, if this new line leaks, we will know it was you. Tatinek.
Agent Hask, I'm in position.
Understood, Commander. Prepare for extraction. 3, 2, 1.
Are they gonna eliminate her?
Agent Hask.
Commander on deck.
At ease.
Mission accomplished, Commander.
0 casualties. Looks like you're still second in command.
Oh, I'm patient. I can wait.
Agent Miko. Those jump calculations were perfect.
Thank you, ma'am. Hope the landing wasn't too rough.
Been through worse. Remember the Job S incursion?
Still haunts my dreams.
Contact the Admiral.
Yes, Commander. And the message?
The fleet's location is still safe. Today, the rebellion dies.
No, it doesn't. Everybody thinks they're just on the brink of winning in this universe. I guess, maybe. There were quite a lot of things that initially were supposed to be different that were changed, so... Star Wars went through a lot of change as it went. It wasn't all planned out from the start.
Piet, you fool. Get me Inferno Squad, now.
Commander Versio, report.
We have eyes on a rebel recovery team, Admiral, but we're too late to capture the saboteurs.
What's the status of the Death Star shield generator?
Worse than expected. There's no way to repair or reactivate.
Then our battle station is vulnerable. Eliminate the rebels and return to the Corvus. The Emperor's plan must not fail.
Yes, sir. Agent Hask with me. Agent Miko, cover us from here.
Oh, Power Surge 1. The problem with shooter games this year is that higher difficulties are very poorly balanced. This game felt like it was cheating on high difficulty, getting shot through walls, enemies walking through walls,
If there's
etc.
anything to recover, we'll find it, but the damage is extensive. We got a lot of wreckage to sift through.
I know that in Souls games, people can attack you through walls. Enemies can attack you through walls in the Souls games, and it's very frustrating. In Dark Souls 3, for example. That's the thing.
Careful, Commander. Single target on the trail ahead.
Slice, please.
Abilities unlocked. Killstreak Vanguard. An improved version of Vanguard that replenishes your active time when you defeat an enemy. I don't know what that means. I have no clue what that means. I have no clue what that means. What any of that means. Unique abilities. Every character and Starfighter always has 3 abilities that are unique to them. Press ability details to use them and use them in game right from the start. Equip star cards. Star cards either boost the unique abilities or replace them completely. Each character, starfighter, have up to 3 cards equipped. How do I use this? How do I use this ability? Oh. The right button.
We should be hunting Imperials, not standing around.
How do I use this?
I've got eyes on 2 strike teams. One at the bunker, the other patrolling near the fallen walker.
Good spotting, Agent. We'll take it from here.
Hello, Husk.
The day's not over yet.
They're onto us, going loud!
It's an ambush! Scratch! Open fire! Get them! Get ready to move! Don't give him a target!
Hope Husk will be okay.
I'm right behind you! Leave them! Let's go!
I sure hope Husk will be okay. I'm eliminate. How is everybody feeling?
More rebels.
Have you played KOTOR? I'm still playing it on stream. Have you not seen me play KOTOR on stream? We're still playing through it. You should tune into more of my streams, I feel like. If you truly want the experience. Also, consider joining the page. lucyhaza.org/live for the optimal stuff. Like live. It is interesting that it all began with us arguing about the Polish election. What was this? Some weird dance?
Commander, rebel reinforcements inbound.
But now
Neutralize all
you have turned into a Lucy Haza viewer.
Understood.
It is nice. There's been a few cases in which the people that I've argued with turned into my viewers. Which means, okay, it's a good sign. Because it means that... Oh my gosh, I died. It means that people can, you know... They don't have an echo chamber. Okay, my viewership is not like a bubble.
Understood, Commander.
Does that make sense?
What's your status? Careful, Commander.
I genuinely didn't know you played on streams. Oh yeah, I do.
Slice that.
For some time, there is not an indicator next to the crosshair. When you click it, you change weapon to a short-range shotgun. Oh. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. I do feel like maybe I could use the shotgun sometimes.
I've got eyes on 2 strike teams. One at the bunker, the other patrolling near the fallen walker.
Good spotting, Agent. We'll take it from here.
It would be nice if you all...
Scan.
It would be nice if you all joined the page though. We'll see hazard.org/live, you know?
This turned out a lot better than half. Something's up. Gonna check it out.
Something's down.
They're under us. Going loud.
It's over. Bunker is secure.
God, I hope the Kotor remake is still happening and there weren't cancelled. You can change weapons there as well. Check these out. Where? Oh, nice. I'm still gonna play the original. I feel like maybe then I will appreciate the remake more. If that makes sense. I think it makes perfect sense. God, I should read more books. Feel like I'm such an illiterate, you know? There's so much to do. So little time. Am I right? Or am I right? Oh! I feel like I should... Should I share the link to the stream to make people know that I'm streaming? I should do on my Discord and I should do on Present Sunday's Discord. Those are the usual 2 places where I actually advertise that I stream. Oh, okay. There are more of them later. This is a fun game so far. I like it. Hold on. Please hold on. Please, please spending. Cathedral. Sunday Orbiters. Everyone. I have to get more hormones tomorrow as well. So, like, I'm streaming this and then politics. Please come. How does that sound as a message? And on the Discord, it's just gonna be relive. Because that's how I roll. Everyone, I'm live. Oh yeah, I know. It's like left. It's like the left shoulder button on the controller. How good is the grenade? I usually don't trust grenades in games. I will have to pet Fido from time to time. He's been traumatized by me leaving, and I will be leaving soon again, so... double the pride, double the fall. As Count Dooku said, I think. What were you reading lately? A genocide book. A book about Empire because I'm preparing for that history project. A book about the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, my favorite topic. I'm gonna be doing a seminar on Sunday. I might as well give myself a deadline and announce it now. If you like history, we're gonna be doing a purely history thing on Sunday. It's part of a bigger project headed by President Sunday. Does that sound interesting? Does that sound like something that appeals to you? If yes, then look forward to Sunday. I might probably do it from Ukraine. If it's Sunday, I might be doing it from Ukraine already.
Droid, slice that.
Commander, rebel reinforcements inbound.
Weapons free. Neutralize all targets.
What did I get here?
Yes, Commander.
I was in this box.
We need to split up!
Did an enemy just spawn out of nowhere? What's the title of the book, Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth? It's called The Oxford History of the Union. It's actually an English language book, and I actually highly recommend it. It's really good. When you play a regular game, there are better points you get for killing enemies, taking objectives, or even dying. And for those points, you can buy better units. There are 4 main classes that are free. There are reinforcements which cost 1,000 to 2,000 points, and heroes cost 4,000 points. You can play as Yoda in this. But yes, it's the Oxford History of the Union. It's a really good book. It's a study of a composite state as a modern state as opposed to a nation state. It's very interesting. I really like analysis of different models of states than nation states. And the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was such a state. If that makes sense. The book makes a compelling case that
That's all of them.
the nation state was not inevitable. Does that make sense? Reinforcements are special units. They're stronger than regular troops. Heroes are self-explanatory, Jedi and shooters. So in other words, this game has like a progression, a whole progression thing in which I gain points and unlock new stuff to keep me hooked.
Clear.
Okay, those can't be all of them. Those rebel commanders must have already moved on.
It was recommended to me some time ago, but it had other books to read. Plus, I'm always skeptical about reading English history on our history. This is a good book. I recommend it as a Polish person. I highly recommend it.
Today we wipe out that scum once and for all.
It does not have this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Look alive, agents. We can grieve later. Right now, we need to move.
On you, Commander.
Also, I really like the history of the Union because it does not take national history, quote unquote, and project national identity and nation statehood into the past. Okay.
Inferno Squad is evacuating Endor. What's the situation?
Vice Admiral Sloan has ordered a retreat.
We're pulling out of the system. Make it to your ship, Commander. Survive. I will send you the rendezvous coordinates.
Yes, sir. We'll contact you when we reach the Corvus.
I like it when historians recognize that the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth is not Poland, okay? I like it when historians recognize that the history of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth is not just the history of the Polish people, it's the history of what later became Polish people, Lithuanian people, Ukrainian people, Belarusian people, and Jewish people, and a few other peoples, okay? It's a shared legacy of those peoples. It's far more complex and interesting than the national myth that is sort of projected into the past. Yeah, so from now on, it's all after the original trilogy. That's cool. This game is pretty cool so far. But yes, I like history. I'm not a big fan of national history.
I don't understand how this happened.
And I will explain it during my seminar, so don't worry.
High Command overlooked
I hope you're
something
looking
crucial
forward to it.
again.
I'm sort of looking forward to it.
There has to be more to it. The rebels were outnumbered and outgunned.
It's simple. The Emperor underestimated the strength of our enemy, and we paid the price.
True. Well, the Emperor is dead for the first time now.
Granted.
It is a very fun game to play. I will say that much.
Look to the sky, Hask.
I'm very grateful for Dr. Johns for getting it for me.
Commander. Rebel patrol headed your way.
Very nice looking, it feels nice to play, which is a very important thing for a game. For it to feel nice to play.
Get inside, get what we can. We're taking this moon back from the Empire.
I can't believe we actually...
Yeah, I mean, the Death Star just exploded, so of course.
did it. Is the war really over?
I have
if
a
it were
visual
that
on the
easy,
patrol.
the Empire would have fallen over Yavin 4. Even if it were, this moon's still crawling.
Rein it in, Agent.
We're not out of this.
You don't fire until I do.
Apologies, Commander. Of course.
How sad would it be to die
Eyes on a rebel ambush. We lost a shuttle and our men are overrun.
after this
Keep
as
scouting,
a rebel?
Agent. We'll see what we can do.
How sad would it be? You basically, the Rebel Alliance had won, but you just died because some random Imperial person just kills you.
The rebels have them pinned down.
We have to help our troopers. Go. Stand your ground and return fire!
Inferno, squad!
The Empire is evacuating Endor. Push back these rebels.
Understood, Commander. We're with you.
There's no friendly fire in this game, is there? Oh, I died. It's understandable as a mental shortcut, as most residents were Polish, but it's pretty embarrassing if historian states it in a work. Most residents were Polish. It depends on the area, actually. Actually, I'm pretty sure ethnically Polish people were only 40% of the population of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. So most residents were actually not Polish. Ethnically Polish people were not even the majority for the longest time in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Of course, it is important to note that terms such as majority and minority did not exist at that time because there was no national identity. So there was no national majority and there was no such thing as a national minority back then. No friendly fire. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I played some Streets of Rage 4 when I was in Ukraine.
Heads up, Commander. Rebel patrol headed your way.
Thank you, Agent Miko. We'll take care of them.
Bunker's right here.
I have a
Heavy
visual on the
weapons
patrol.
We
Get
should
inside,
slaughter
get
them
what
where
we
they
can.
stand.
We're taking this moon back.
Rein it in, Agent. You don't fire until I do.
Is the war really over?
Apologies, Commander.
If it were that easy, the Empire would...
Fire!
Taking them down.
Oh wow, that was good, wasn't it? Hey, you gotta admit that was pretty cool on my part, wasn't it? I mean, most of it is they were the most numerous ethnicity, not that they were made over 50% of the whole demographic. I'm pretty sure no. Like the Polish was not the most numerous ethnicity. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up now. Mm. Mm. Gosh. There's a graph somewhere. There's a graph somewhere that I had. Where there was there we go. Jesus Christ, where's the graph? Fuck. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Fuck, where is it? Of course, this whole thing changed over the years. Mm, where is it? Fuck. Cannot find the graph. I had a very neat graph at some point about this. I will have to find it again. Hmm. Hmm. 40%. Gosh, those numbers fluctuated so much. We do count Belarusians and Ukrainians as a whole because back then there were no Belarusians and Ukrainians. Like, see, like you're doing the thing, you know, you're doing the thing of doing nations when nations were not a thing. George Lucas wanted it to be Wookiees, but it was too expensive to make all these. You know, there was no Belarus and Ukraine, and even there was no such thing as a Polish national identity back then. People didn't identify, oh, I'm a Polish person. People were like, I'm a peasant, I'm a noble, and stuff like that. And language back then was also not a language in those times was not an instrument of national identity, okay? Like it wasn't this. It wasn't as tied to identity as now. Language was used more as a pragmatic tool. Far more. It wasn't this one of those biting things that, oh, we have our nation identity, we have our language, etc. It did not work like that. This is why, for the longest time, the Rush language was the language of the
We have to help our troopers.
Great Duchy of Lithuania.
Stand your ground and return fire!
Inferno, squad!
Because that's how languages were treated back then.
Push back these rebels.
Understood, Commander. We're with you.
Does that make sense? Now I'm really getting into it. But I'm gonna make it a far more prepared thing for the I'm gonna make it a far more prepared thing for the seminar, but yeah.
That's all of them. Time to keep moving.
We weren't expecting special forces. That's the point, Sergeant. All the same, we're in your debt, Commander.
How do I... Oh, that's how I switch. How do I use the... Oh. Grenade launcher. Whoa. Where do I go now? Oh, husk. Oh yeah. I mean, it might sound very weird to say, but that is what being a fan is all about. Heating a lot of things for no reason. That is what being a dedicated fan, quote unquote, is all about. You cannot be a fan if you don't hate a lot of things for no reason. You're not an authentic fan if you don't. Can I save? Among common people, at least. I think there was a Polish identity even until like early 20th century. Among common... Yeah, you're right. You're actually correct. You're actually very correct. It's a very complicated topic. People don't realize that the fact that the ethnically Polish lands were part of the Russian Empire, it really almost made the Polish national identity, it almost sort of made it impossible to emerge. It's a... God, I should make a thing about that as well, but you're definitely correct about that. You're definitely correct. It was the intelligentsia that sort of tried to spread the national identity among the peasants, so... Yeah, you're right. I can see you're a history connoisseur yourself, Conrad, which I appreciate. I remember my high school teacher talking about it at a lesson. Very interesting topic. You had a good high school teacher. Yeah, it is a very interesting topic. How these things form, how these things were not inevitable, how these things were very fluid. For example, when Poland formed after World War I, there were family members, like the first president of Poland chose to be Polish, but his brother chose to be Lithuanian, if memory serves. So you could almost even like choose which nation you wanted to belong to because,
Be ready.
you know, it all was part of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Like there's a reason why I think it wasn't Pantadeusz famously starting with praising Lithuania as the homeland. It's all very complicated and it's all very interesting. God, the moment I start my rant about history, people just leave. Half the audience that was watching me till now just checked out. But I'm not gonna give up, okay? I'm not gonna give up on being a history nerd, ever. Never. I would never. Give up on my passion for history. Even if it means that I will lose viewership. Also, let me check something real quick. Yes, Litwojczyzno moja, yeah. And it was not meant as like in the same way as we think now. So, you know?
If there are Imperials in this area, I want them found.
U-Wing's headed to the platform.
Blasted Imperials!
Eyes on an officer!
Oh, I thought I could hide behind that tree and just regenerate. More people should consider...
Commander, I'm hearing reports of enemy transports landing across Endor. They're deploying troops all over this moon.
We won't be here much longer.
I should consider joining lucyhaza.org/live. Officers make their allies more effective and can deploy defensive turrets. There is enemy officers when possible. I'll try.
Be ready, Agent Task.
If there are Imperials in this area, I want them found.
U-Wing's headed to the platform to keep the Imperials from escaping the moon. So a few more carriers over the next second.
Rebel officer!
Okay, I killed them, but I died. True. They might have had.
Commander, I'm hearing reports of enemy transports landing across Endor. They're deploying troops all over this moon.
Also, the whole mess with Vilnius being a majority Polish city after World War I. Like, the war, like the conflict between Lithuania, Poland, and Ukraine after World War I was basically which parts of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth should go to which newly formed nation state. Which in itself is pretty interesting, if you think about it. You know?
Wings headed to the platforms to keep the Imperials from escaping the moon. I saw a few more carriers headed to the next sector.
I should be more careful. Okay, we're just gonna play like 10 more minutes because I feel like I want to try it out and I've been playing it for too long, I feel. I have to do politics as well. Although technically speaking now I have more time. I have more time. I can do a little bit of a longer stream, but I have work to do in the morning. I have to walk the dog, I have to feed the dog. Responsibilities of an adult. Adulting. Isn't that right, fellers?
Imperials in this area, I want them found. U-wings headed to the platform. I see them! Enemy officer!
Attack!
Alright. We did it. Kinda sorta did it. The game prize with multi, although the campaign is pretty nice too. Well, we're gonna play it at some point, the multiplayer.
Agent Miko, what's your position?
I've rallied a squad near the platform, waiting on you.
I'm not super good at multiplayer games though, so be careful. Okay. Be prepared for a lot of laughs. With me. Okay, I'm pretty good at some multiplayer games. I don't totally suck.
Agent Miko, situation report.
Commander, rebels have seized platform 4. It's gonna be a fight to take it back.
Looks like you're ready for it. Trooper!
Shield. Protect item from blaster fire and explorer.
We're gonna take back that platform and evacuate this moon. And then we're gonna make the rebellion.
Where's the shield thing? I could have sworn that I gotten a shield. Where's the shield? Oh. Okay.
Commander, we're with you.
For the Empire!
For the Alliance. For the Horde.
The TIE fighters are on the top level, Commander.
Alright.
We won't make it unless we take out every rebel around.
Open fire!
That was easy.
Get down! Commander, the rebels have hijacked an ATST.
We need to take down that walker!
Go.
Rebel officer, ahead!
Where am I going? Oh yeah. Wait, who's shooting at me? Oh, you are. Any more rocket launcher? How do I get out of the first person view? I entered it by mistake. There's the enemy walker.
Eyes on an officer!
Alright. Feel like we're gonna do it eventually. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh. My chair failed me.
Agent Miko, situation report.
Alright. We're gonna finish this mission and we're gonna do politics. I feel like I'm feeling enough. I'm in a politicking mood.
And then we're gonna make the rebellion pay.
Yes, Commander. We're with you.
For the Alliance.
Open fire!
Huh.
That armor's too strong for blasters.
Okay. That's why we will use this. And this. Oh. Sucks to suck. Almost. Almost destroyed the walker. Oh yeah, you're right. I should pop a shield. Wait, how did I miss that? Is it destroyed already? Or what?
Yeah, that's it!
How did I not destroy it yet?
I see them now! Officer ahead!
I destroyed it, I think. Oh my gosh. Where's my objective? Still not dead?
Scout walker down. I repeat, the ATST is down.
Even with superior firepower, the rebels can't win.
I mean, they won. Let's not mince words. Okay, the rebels won. Grow up. Get over it.
Rebels neutralized.
The platform is ours. Get to the lifts. Meet me at the top.
With such cope.
Commander,
What cope is this?
contact on the platform. Enemy forces are sabotaging our ships and preventing an escape.
Take them down. And secure the TIE fighters for our escape.
Suppress and extract.
Where do you want to escape? The Empire's no whatever. Should just give up. We should just give up. Sorry to say.
Enemy officer!
Push forward!
We're done. It's done. We're done.
Heavy! I'm under attack!
Don't be a pussy.
Task, take the first time.
I fell. I died. Okay, we finished this mission and this time for real.
Commander, contact on the platform. Enemy forces are sabotaging.
Political streamer.
Take them
Nobody's in the side
secure the
chat.
TIE
I'm
fighters for our
sad.
escape.
Everybody chose YouTube.
I'm looking forward to it.
Wow.
Rebel officer!
Push forward! Task, take the first tie. Get the corpus ready for retreat.
Yes, Commander.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, really? I did not know that. I thought shield allowed me to just shoot.
Commander, contact on the platform. Enemy forces are sabotaging.
I hate it when games force me to walk instead of running.
Take them down. And secure the TIE fighters.
Glad to know I don't matter to you. You've not been here for a long time, okay? Your last message was years ago when you wrote that the rebels should have better armor. You're not locking in. Fake Cal Parker.
Task, take the first tie. Get the Corvus ready
You're
for
part of
retreat.
the problem
Yes,
for
Commander.
leftist creators like such as myself. Here I do brilliant, best content ever in the universe, in the history of content, and you're like, I don't have to engage, I don't have to chat, I don't have to log in. Listen, the way you act, I have to pray that the groceries will last me for the end of the week.
Agent Miko, that's your TIE fighter.
I'll cover you until you escape.
No, leave now. I'm first in, last out.
Where am I?
Taking off, Commander.
I'm right behind you.
I'm about to die. I've been abandoned by friends. No, 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 please. No. Oh. I should have used the shield. Oh my god, please no. Ah. Please don't tell me the amount of enemies is infinite. That would suck so much.
Take them down. And secure the TIE fighters for our escape.
Suppress and extract. I'm looking forward to it.
What do those grenades do, by the way? Ow.
Task, take the first tie. Get the Corvus ready for retreat.
Yes, Commander. Enemy with heavy weapons.
Agent Miko, that's
There
your
you go.
TIE fighter.
I'll cover you until you escape.
No, leave now. I'm first in, last out.
Any other enemies that I wanna shoot?
Taking off, Commander.
I'm right behind you. Protect me!
Still with us, Commander.
Starfighter secured. See you up
Yeah.
there, Agent.
Oh, see? You disappeared, fake Cal Parker, immediately. Alright, we've done it. Oh boy. Fido is here with me, here in this room.
Admiral created Inferno so something like this wouldn't happen again.
I know. Hard to believe this is all that's left.
Oh, that's the husk of the Empire. Oh, wait.
rebellion. It's the reason we've been fighting so long.
We tried to make them afraid, we only made them angry.
Someone told me once that rebellions are built on hate. I never stopped believing it.
How are we supposed to fight that?
The Empire will change. Just like it did when they destroyed the first Death Star. We adapt or die.
Well, I guess you'll die.
Commander, we have a problem.
What does it have?
That's the problem, I died. Okay, enough for now. This game has autosave feature, right? It's saved. Please tell me that when I start the game again, I'm gonna start here, not from the beginning. Right? Right? You crashed, I know. That's the problem. I'm gonna go to the toilet. And then we're gonna do politics. Iran politics. And Polish politics. And all other LGBT politics. Because that is a thing that I want to discuss today. Because it's technically speaking still the Pride Month. Double the month, double the pride, I guess. Right. Discord. Oh, Vegcom. Vegcom is live. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me quit. It's a fun game, but we've done a gaming stream in the morning. During the day, we've done a gaming stream. It was very great. We've played Expedition 33. There was a new viewer from President Sunday's Discord. That was lovely. How long does it take for the game to turn off? Okay, I'm gonna be back. Jesus. How long can it take for a game to turn off? Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll be right back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Mister! Hey, mister! Hey, mister! Hey, mister! Mr. Booby Boy! Where's Mister? Mister? Schizo. Wait, what's schizo? What are you talking about? I'm talking to my dog. Hello. Oh, in Cube. Hello. In Cube. I'm still waiting for Malaki to be here as well. Oh, close. Open your crates. I haven't opened crates. Okay. Open crate. I don't like this in games, by the way. I'm pretty sure that this game has been lambasted when it came out for this crap. Now I remember. I remember this game being pretty criticized at the beginning when it came out. Sorry, I was hosting a GURPS campaign for friends. What is also first? Okay, first of all, never apologize for not being here. If you're here, that it means that I'm doing a nice stream. Second of all, you know, never apologize for choosing friends over the stream. Your friends take precedent. Officer. Oh. I don't know what any of this means. Channel Universal Role-Playing System, GURPS for sure. Oh. Huh. But yes. It's like, you know, it's a privilege to have viewers. Let me put it this way, okay? If I do enough of a good job to gain any viewers, that means that's good. But if anyone for any reason decides to do something else, that's, you know. I hope that makes sense. But thank you for being here. We're waiting for Malaki to... I've backed up the data. I've backed up the data to the internet, and I found a little hard drive that I backed up the data for, so that's good. Officer. Heavy. I don't like to reveal all. I like to reveal these things one by one. Wait, I still have... Oh, no unopened crates. Oh, look, it's Anakin Skywalker. Alright. Career, claim your rewards. Okay, later. Later. I don't have a career. Let's not cope about my career. Also, if you like what I do, my... you know, morals and stuff, then why not consider donating or subscribing? Because I'm gaining funds. I'm trying to get funds for the next trip. I already have enough money to get a ticket. Okay. I'm already sort of... Huh. ICC. Jesus. Gen Z is doomed, according
It's
to
often
this
said
YouTuber.
that
The things that obscure criticizes Gen Z. Alright, let's go. Let's do some updates with the... Jeffrey Sachs exposes US-Israeli plot against Iran. Reveals chilling Middle East plan. Times of India. Interesting. But yes. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna start with the funny thing, okay, that I've missed. I haven't talked about this yet. I know everybody has talked about this, but I haven't, so I wanna. Okay, can I do this? Can I do this? I can, okay? So I did a whole segment about the Iran ceasefire. I talked about that. I stopped stream short of the announcement that there are missiles incoming to Israel, because right after all the congratulations, all the self-flagellation, all the, hype, Iran broke the ceasefire almost immediately, and Israel responded in kind, and it spawned this brilliant reaction from Trump that I felt like I have to open with this. I have to open with the reaction to this, because I think it's one of the most silly things that we've gotten in a while, and we've been getting a lot of silly things lately. So without further ado, let us watch this.
Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still...
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
They violated, but Israel violated it too. Nothing on screen. Oh gosh. Okay. Good. Good that I've been told. Before we got too far. Let me see. My goodness. We're gonna have to edit this part out. Fake Cal Parker. Apologies. Where's the browser? I could have sworn I had the browser handled. I guess my memory is just Swiss cheese. Because I could have sworn I've already shown the browser today on stream. And now it's just gone. Now the browser is just gone from my scene. Where's the browser? What? I swear I had the browser. Whatever. There you go. This is the thing. I'm gonna watch it now. Oh my god. Wrong thing. Oh, it's already here. Where's that other browser? What the hell? Now it appeared. Whatever. Okay. I fear that Israel might go nuclear if they start to think that Iran is really close to having nuclear weapons on their own. I mean, they're not, and they haven't been. And Tulsi Gabbard, Trump's own intelligence lady, said as much, but Trump said she's wrong, and then she backpedaled. Hello, is this a Doomer stream? What do you mean? No, it's not a Doomer stream. Why would this be a Doomer stream? Do you like Doomer streams? This is a very hopeful stream, full of positivity and energy. I'm a very energetic and hopeful person. Is Doomer friendly? I mean, I'm still Polish, so yeah, it is Doomer friendly. It still worries me. Well, we'll see. We'll look through the updates now. Also, if you like what I do, if you like my hijinks, shenanigans, then do what's right and consider this page that I'm about to link on YouTube. Right. Okay, let's watch. Let's watch this clip.
Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before.
I never seen such... What is that even? I've never seen such bombs. Israel has bombs the likes of which nobody has ever seen of which. New philosophy dropped. Polish doomerism. Polish doomerism has always been a thing. It's not new. Polish people have been known to be complainers and doomers, like it's considered a Polish national trait or something along these lines. Yeah, that's the quote.
The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel.
Oh my God. Hello, Greater Rain. Oh my God, I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted into changing this into my donation sound. You know what, right? You know what I want to change into my donation sound. Trump voicing the biggest load you've ever seen. I don't know. It just sounds so hilarious. The biggest load you've ever seen.
Seen before. The biggest load that we've seen.
The biggest load that we've seen. Chat, look in and tell me, would that be a good donation sound? The biggest load you've seen? You should do it. I should do it. And a nice custom-made animation of hand-drawn Trump. I don't like Trump, but he's so fucking funny. Sometimes on purpose and sometimes not. Yeah, true. The biggest load you've seen. Should be my new donation sound. It is suggestive and isolate. I know. Let's hear it again. Anytime you donate, you'd hear this.
A load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The deal. They came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen.
The biggest load that we've seen. I love this idea, actually. Republicans love big loads. Who doesn't love big loads? Miło jest udawać, że polski doomeryzm jest niczym nowym. It's nice to pretend that Polish doomeryzm isn't new. I mean, it isn't. It isn't. It's traced back to the Polish People's Republic, so it isn't. Actually, it's nice to pretend that it is new. I'll just sort of I'll Uno reverse card it on you and say that it's nice to pretend that it isn't new. That it is new. Yeah? Yeah. Wait, it does? Yeah, it does! Because Polish people's spirit were crushed under the communism, quote unquote. That's why. That's where the whole Polish complaining is traced back to. Oh, I meant the opposite, sorry. Ah, yeah. Yeah. In that case, yeah. In that case, yeah, you're right. What is it, Convenient Estelle? What happened? Doomerism is Polish sport. Heard myself in confusion, Lucy. Please don't bunk. I'll do my best judging. You always judge. You judge people for falling in love, as I've seen yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was last night. You judge people for falling in love. You're like, how dare people fall in love? Daddy Trump. We're gonna discuss Daddy Trump, don't worry. Apparently, he moved off of this. He moved off of it. Apparently, he did not call him Daddy Trump. I did not call him Daddy. I did not. He's not Daddy. So Poland, at least for like 100 years, can be described as doomer? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, indeed. How embarrassing. I don't know. Everything surrounding Trump seems to be embarrassing. That is quite sad. I know. I know. Which brings me, because I'm Polish, so I tend to be quite doomerish myself. Okay. I've been told by quite a few people that I tend to catastrophize, first of all, and that I tend to take the worst possible interpretation of everything told to me or anything that happens around me. So consider making me feel better by donating or subscribing so that I can do more work in Ukraine. Was that a smooth transition to shilling or what? I think that was my best one yet. I wish to the Polish people more good feeling. Well, I've given you the key. Okay, let's watch.
Not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land.
I'm so unhappy with those people that just didn't go around with my whims and didn't do a ceasefire that I just decided was a thing. I'm so disappointed in both sides. Usually like all such things bullshit, but there's definitely something in our nature about having negative thoughts. I mean, I would say it's not nature, it's more environmental than nature. It's just something in our nature about having negative thoughts. What a sad thought that is. Gosh. Wait, where's Lucy has oh, there are no Twitch viewers. But yes. It's nurture. Yeah, it's nurture. I think so. Also, I wake up, think that world's gonna end when I stumble. I understand the catastrophizing mindset. I mean, I catastrophize about interpersonal things, so not just about world-ending events. I hate to break it to you, Jack. Don't do it. There is no plan. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. There is no plan. Okay, let's go.
I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
This should be my subscription sound. Also, there's no process. Okay? The process is a lie. Trusting in some magic process is cope. I said it. There, I said it. Okay? If you trust that there's some process, there's some plan, you're just coping out of your mind. Just full on copium. Alright, let's go to the CNN page where we're gonna do White House envoy slams Iran intel leak. Alright. US, okay, so Before we go ahead with these updates, I'm gonna tell you this. There's been two very conflicting reports on the damage of the US strikes on the two facilities, okay? Fordo and the other one, which name I forgot. Like, one report says that Fordo has not really been damaged much and that the nuclear program of Iran has been set back only by a few months at best. And then there's the other thing that says, from the US government, that says, no, actually, we did a lot of damage, tons of damage, and the program has been set back for years. And now we have to go through the updates and figure this mess out, okay? Is it months? Is it years? Is Fordo gone? Is Fordo still standing? Has Iran evacuated most of the material before the attack? Has it not evacuated most of the material? Is the Iran nuclear project dead in the water? Or is it fine and just, still chugging along? Right? The plan seems to be Trump's brain lighting up whenever his fifis get validated. His fifis being narcissism and egomania. That's true, unfortunately. Unfortunate as it is, that seems to be true. All right, let's go. So, US President Donald Trump's, I've given you this context about the two conflicting reports on what actually happened during the strikes. US President Donald Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, has hit out the leak of classified US intelligence that suggested damage done by Saturday's US strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear sites was limited, calling the sources treasonous. That's... I don't take it as a good sign that when an envoy says whatever news we don't like, the source has to be treasonous. I'm not sure I like this language. Treasonous source. 7 people briefed on an early US intelligence assessment told CNN that Iran's nuclear program had only been set back a few months by the US attack, despite the usage of 14 huge bunker buster bombs in the raid. I'm pretty sure that there were assessments by some experts that the US would need to use tactical nuclear weapons to actually penetrate to the nuclear facility. And I'm pretty sure they did not use those. US analysis of the damage to the sites and the impact of the strikes on Iran's nuclear ambitions is ongoing, and it could change as more intelligence becomes available. So this update from like a day ago, 19 hours, 10 minutes ago, basically says that we don't know, we cannot know, we have to wait for more information. We're going like in chronological order. We're going from yesterday, from 1 day ago up, so we can have like a fuller picture. It's incredible how he didn't change a bit. I recommend checking out his show where he was firing people in The Apprentice. I watched his speeches and I watched his interviews about politics from the 80s, and he really has not changed a bit. He had the same talking points that he has now. Hello, I'm just here to watch a trash fire. Okay, I'm here. Thank you for being here. I'm just here to watch a trash fire. You have come at a perfect moment because we are doing a trash fire. Have you come here from President Sunday? Oh God, please don't tell Trump that he will genuinely nuke Iran if he thinks it's the only way. I mean, the US has considered using tactical nuclear weapons for this. That has been sort of considered to penetrate the mountain to get to Fordo. So keep that in mind. Speaking to Fox News, anchor Laura Ingraham Tuesday, Steve Witkoff said, okay, it goes without saying that the leaking of that sort of information, whatever the information, whatever site it goes out on, is outrageous. It is treasonous. Oh, so he did not even deny the validity of the information. He just said that informing the public about such things is treasonous. Beautiful. I was watching his stream before, but yeah, he raided someone else. Who did he raid? Why doesn't he ever raid me? Whatever, he's a traitor. So it ought to be investigated, and whoever did it, whoever is responsible for it, should be held accountable. Oh my god, leaking information that's uncomfortable for us to the public, someone must be punished. Of course, someone has to be punished. Speaking to CNN for the exclusive report, two of the people familiar with the assessment said Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium was not destroyed. Oh, this is important. I'm going to read it again to emphasize this whole thing. Speaking to CNN for the exclusive report, two of the people familiar with the assessment said Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium was not destroyed, which that alone means that the Iranian nuclear program has not been actually stopped or destroyed. One of the people said the centrifuges are largely intact. Another source said that the intelligence assessed enriched uranium was moved out of the sites prior to the US strikes. I already know that somewhere above Trump will say, no, they didn't. No, they didn't evacuate anything. It was all good. It was all fine. We destroyed everything. Not raiding Lucy is racist. I know. Anti-Polish action. I tried to tell him you were live, but he cut stream too quick. Aw, thank you. Thank you, I'm just here to watch a trash fire. Thank you very much. Fido is doing Fido things. That is rich. Trying to get you on. I gave him a big, huge paragraph. We'll see if it works. On YouTube or on Twitch? I could use a Twitch raid. I could use a Twitch thing because I have 0 Twitch viewers. I could build up Twitch. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you have to build up some Twitch. Okay, let's continue. I feel like Iran's gonna take up some chunk of tonight's stream, but it's fine. We have time. We can take our time. We have some time to spare. Nice, I'll be lurking. Oh, okay. Nice, thank you. Lock in. No, don't lurk. Lock in, okay? As Xander Hall would say. Lock in. Don't be part of the problem of the leftist space for leftist creators. Accountable, punished, destroyed. Trump on Tuesday dismissed the report as fake news, while Witkoff, speaking to Fox, called it completely preposterous. I love how Trump just ignores any intelligence he gets. The Tulsi Gabbard one was like the biggest example of that. Like, I love how that happened. Tulsi Gabbard reported Iran is not any close to getting nuclear weapons, and Trump is like, she's wrong. She's just incorrect. I feel it in my gut that they're close. Fake news. Calling his own people fake news spreaders. There's no doubt that Iran's nuclear capability was obliterated, so the reporting out there that in some way suggests that we didn't achieve the objective is completely preposterous, he said. Any facts that contradict our truth is treasonous and preposterous. I love it. I love it. How dare you suggest that we might have failed? Israel Smutrich rejects early US military assessment on extent of damage to Iran's nuclear facilities. Oh, if Israel says that it's completely obliterated, then it has to be. Israel's far-right finance minister. Okay. Okay, of course I trust Israel's far-right finance minister more than US military assessment, of course. Why am I such a dummy? Why didn't I think of that before? Well, yeah, your intelligence said she's wrong. Okay, Mr. President, lol. True. I love this. Israel's far-right finance minister, the biggest expert on the military and the biggest expert on assessing damage done by B-2 bombers. Well, with that source of information, I can now rest assured that Fordo was completely obliterated. First reported by CNN that Washington's strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities did not destroy the core components of its nuclear program. Nobody knows what exactly has been damaged, and it will take some time. Okay, that's more fair. Smojit told Israel's Khan Radio Wednesday. Although you should not just dismiss the early reports, okay? On Saturday, US B-2 bombers dropped 14 30,000-pound bunker busters bombs on the Fordo fuel enrichment plant and the Natanz enrichment complex in Iran. I'm pretty sure the Natanz one was actually destroyed. I'm pretty positive that the Natanz one was actually wrecked in the explosions. Sources familiar with early US intelligence assessments told CNN the bombs did not fully eliminate either side's centrifuge. Okay, so I stand corrected. Apparently even the Natanz, because Natanz, as far as I understand, is not as fortified as Fordo, of highly enriched uranium. Speaking to Khan Radio Wednesday, Smudrik said Israeli and US actions against Iran's nuclear program had taken them many years back. Wait, hold on. Okay, that makes perfect sense. First, the far-right finance minister dismisses the early report saying that the damage was not as great as we thought. He said, we don't know what the damage was. But then later, he positively said, confidently said, that actually the attack took the programs many years back, even though he said that we don't know. So do we know or do we not know? Because if the program was taken many years back, then we know. So your statement earlier that we don't was a lie. You lied before. This statement is full of contradictions. Like, of course, I mean, he's a finance minister. What would he know about assessing damage to nuclear facilities? Like, why is this guy's... Just because he's a minister, it doesn't mean that we should, like, treat his opinion on military matters as of any significance or importance. Am I crazy for thinking that? Just because you're part of the government doesn't mean that your assessment on everything will always deserve respect, okay? Unless this person, outside of being a finance minister, has some military know-how that I don't know about. Otherwise, I don't care. NATO chief stands by praise for US attacks on Iran. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said he stands by his message of congratulations to US President Donald Trump for his decisive action in Iran. We're gonna see the whole Daddy Trump thing. It's coming. It's gonna be somewhere along the way. Rutte congratulated Trump. What a suck-up, by the way. Rutte congratulated Trump and called the US attack on Iran truly extraordinary in text messages posted by the president to social media Tuesday. Oh, God. Speaking to reporters at the NATO summit in the Netherlands Wednesday morning, Root said he was not reconsidering his praise of US attacks after media reports called into question their efficacy. CNN reported Tuesday that US military strikes on 3 of Iran's nuclear facilities did not destroy the core components of the country's nuclear program and likely only set it back by months. According to early US intelligence assessment that was described by 7 people briefed on it. Still, Root continued to praise Trump and US military actions in Iran Wednesday. So much praise for Mr. Donald. Root, totally fine with Trump sharing his fawning text message, stresses the US is committed to Article 5. Oh boy. I have to find that statement by Donald Trump when he says that Article 5 actually has many definitions, even though it absolutely does not. Yeah, of course, but it's American media, so they believe everything said by a fascist, especially from Israel. True. Especially a finance minister. This is so ridiculous to me. Why not get an opinion from the Minister of Agriculture while we were at it? Like, why not get his opinion on the assessment of the damage done to Fordo? So ridiculous. So silly. NATO's chief Mark Rutte says he is totally fine that US President Donald Trump publicly shared a funny text message as he flew to the Netherlands for Wednesday's Leaders Summit, insisting everything he wrote in his text was true. What I said in the text message to him, totally fine. Oh, hold on. I thought I was reading a Trump quote, but I'm not. I'm reading Rutte. Why not ask the Minister of Health or how the economy is doing? True. Which in the US would be RFK Jr. How depressing. What I said in the text message to him, totally fine that he published it, Rutte said as the summit was getting underway at The Hague. I think it's a statement of fact. He rejected a reporter who asked whether the episode wasn't a little embarrassing. Absolutely not, he said. Oh my god, so much dick sucking all around. I cannot call it anything else. This is dick sucking. What is in that text message is a statement of fact. Okay, the message which Trump posted on Truth Social as he flew on to Europe on Monday praised the US leader for pressing NATO members to spend more on defense. Again, the topic is more complicated than that. Like, it's not just a matter of spending more money, of throwing more money at the problem. You have to spend it more wisely. You have to get more bang for your buck. Like, again, it is a problem of the fragmentation of Europe's defense industry. That has to be solved. Like, spending more money won't fix it. Like, I hate to say this, but manufacturing weapons in Europe is far more expensive than in the US and Russia, for example, because each individual defense industries in Europe produce less for domestic use, which means that they do it for more money, because the more you produce, the cheaper it gets. It's silly. And throwing more money will not fix that problem. What will fix that problem, at least partially, will be streamlining production across Europe. Okay? Same things are being produced, cooperation, producing things together in larger quantities. That will be the key to getting more bang for your buck, not these little segmented, fragmented, separated nation-state industries working separately. with their little tweaks, which, by the way, make systems of weaponry mutually incompatible across European states, which is also a problem. And that includes artillery, which Ukraine has painfully learned while receiving aid from Europe. So, yeah. You will achieve something no American president in decades could get done. Europe is going to pay in a big way, as they should, and it will be your win. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ruth wrote before wishing the US president safe travels to the Netherlands for the NATO summit. Yeah, it's just pathetic. Of course, our leftists like Lucy would think streaming the economy, increasing competition, and breaking up monopolies would improve the economy instead of the correct solution of targeting immigrants. Oh yeah, I forgot. You also have to, I forgot. You also have to clean up your countries of all these dirty immigrants. I forgot. Sorry. I'm sorry, fake Alec Parker. I'm not doing correct analysis. That's why I'm a micro streamer and not a big streamer like all those bigger figures that have figured it out. It's true. Immigrants are the fault of everything. Criminals, mental health asylum loons, and they all want a sex change. I'm telling you. On the same flight, Trump stopped short of voicing full support for the NATO Treaty's Article 5 provision of collective defense, but Ruth said he was unconcerned. God, I want to find that quote when Trump said that Article 5 has many different definitions. That's the one that I want to find. For me, there is absolute clarity that the United States is totally committed to NATO. Oh, to me, there isn't. Hold on. No, there isn't. There isn't clarity. Didn't Trump sort of kind of threaten to invade a NATO country? Hold on. I have to Google it because I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I'm going completely out of my mind. I'm gonna Google this very simple question, okay? Is Denmark in NATO? Oh wow, it is! Well, what do you know? Founding members, well. Wow. Hold on. It just doesn't make sense to me. This just doesn't gel for me. How can Trump and the United States be committed to NATO if he directly threatened to invade a NATO member state? I don't know. It feels like the moment the US sort of threatens to, even if it doesn't mean to do it, even if it floats around the idea of invading a NATO member state, it just sort of undermines the whole idea of NATO, doesn't it? Am I crazy for thinking that? Am I silly for sort of coming to that conclusion? At that point, it's no longer NATO, it's the Warsaw Pact, actually. You fall out of line, you're gonna be invaded. That sounds more like the Warsaw Pact than NATO. Well, whatever. Totally committed to Article 5, and yes, there's also an expectation that will be fulfilled today that the Canadians and Europeans will speed up their spending, he said Wednesday. It's not just about upping your spending, it's about using your spending more wisely, which, you know. So we went over this. Enriched uranium, a vital component in nuclear weapon, is painstaking to make. Less than 1% of natural uranium is uranium. Here we go. The enrichment process. Iran's parliament votes to suspend cooperation with UN nuclear watchdog. So we're gonna read that. Iran's parliament voted Wednesday to suspend the country's cooperation with UN nuclear watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Agency. State media outlet IRIB reported. The decision by Iran's Islamic Consultative Assembly, known as the Majlis, will now need to be ratified by the Supreme National Security Council, chaired by President Masoud Pezeshkian. Votes by the Majlis, particularly when concerning foreign affairs, are often considered to be symbolic, unless backed by the more powerful body handpicked by Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. On Sunday, in the wake of U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear sites, Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Committee proposed to the legislature that the Strait of Hormuz, which lies on Iran's southern coast, should be closed, which would raise the oil prices, which would be excellent for Russia, just so you know. Not raiding this time, but he claims he will watch you. And then raid you some other time. Thank you. Do I know that creator? Can you tell me their name? Can you tell me the name of that creator? Did he follow you on Twitch? I don't know. I'm not logged into Twitch, so I wouldn't see. I should log into Twitch. Peacefire now. I will chat more. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. I trust that they followed me. I trust it. I have trust. I'm slowly but surely growing my little thing. Alright, let's continue. So, closing the Strait of Hormuz would definitely be great for Russia and its war effort against Ukraine. Because whenever I can, I will always bring it back to the topic that I mostly cover. That decision would ultimately also lie with the Supreme National Security Council. The IAEA has pushed for a resumption of its relationship with Iran, paused by Israel's unprecedented strikes on nuclear facilities in the country beginning June 13th. On Tuesday, the watchdog released a statement welcoming the end of the 12-day conflict. Oh my god, that whole fiasco that never ended and never had a chance to end. And there's an explanation as to why the ceasefire never had a chance to succeed. Okay? Like there's a really important reason why. Because the balance in the region has been very heavily shifted in Israel's and United States' favor. And Iran doesn't really have any leverage in the negotiations. So, of course, this ceasefire was very brittle to begin with. But I guess Trump just doesn't understand that. Saying IAEA inspectors have remained in Iran throughout the conflict and are ready to start working as soon as possible, going back to the country's nuclear sites and verifying the inventories of nuclear material, including more than 400 kilograms of uranium enriched to 60%, which they last verified a few days before the Israeli strikes began on June 13th. CNN has reached out to IAEA for further comment. And this is about the enrichment process. The more times this process occurs, the higher the concentration. 90%, I believe, is what you need for a nuclear weapon. Israel offensive shows no signs of abating in Gaza.
The IDF says it is now focusing its efforts no longer on Iran and these sort of 12 days of
Wait,
conflict.
hold on. What is their focus now? Gaza again? Children in Gaza? Is that their new focus again?
That it has been engaged in with Iran, but now wants to shift focus to Gaza, saying
There we go. There we have it. I knew it.
that the forces will be fully refocused to toppling Hamas.
Oh, look.
Fully refocused.
Oh, look, they've shown some Hamas terrorist forces. Wow. They should be bombed. Damn. I've never seen such vicious people, such vicious terrorists. Get 'em. Get 'em, Israel. Till it's too late. Get that kid before he grows up to become a super terrorist.
Focus to toppling Hamas and retrieving the 50 hostages, 20 of whom are believed to be alive. And we did hear as well today from the missing family hostage forum, who basically were imploring Israel's leadership to include Gaza as part of this Israel-Iran ceasefire. And worth
nope, no way. Who cares about what hostages want?
Noting as well to our viewers around the world that while this
also the ceasefire has failed, so that's neither here nor there.
Has been playing out over the last 12 days. More than
what a joke.
860 people killed in Gaza, more than 70 in just the last 24 hours. The UN continuing to warn of a man-made famine looming.
Yeah, children dying as little babies dying as they don't have baby formula.
As the disastrous humanitarian situation continues to unfold, Max. So potentially now the hope is, in some quarters at least, that this ceasefire, which is holding tentatively, could create space to pivot back to Gaza in efforts to...
I'm pretty sure it's not holding.
...negotiate a ceasefire there.
But then again, this is from 17 hours ago, 20 or 1 minute, so... Trump says U.S. strikes on Iran nuclear sites could help achieve Gaza deal. I think great progress is being made on Gaza because of the attack that we made. I think we're going to have some very good news. Okay, I don't trust this statement at all. He says that about everything. I hear that about Ukraine every 2 weeks. Like, I read about Trump saying that we're gonna have some very good news about Ukraine very soon, regularly from Trump. And you know what? We never get the good news, so I'm not expecting good news here either. I actually expect the opposite. I expect horrible, crippling news. Like, is this my doomerism coming out? Is this me being Polish? Is this my inner Pole just coming out? I expect horrible news. He told reporters at the NATO summit on Wednesday. I think that it helped a little bit. It showed a lot of power. Oh yeah, the strongman. Strongman Trump showed his power level. How wonderful. How amazing. He added, separately, even before this, we were very close to making a deal on Gaza. No, you were not. Come on, that's BS. You always say that you are close to getting a deal. Well, you never get the deal. You're always so close and yet so far. Always so close, yet always so far. Trump maintains Iran strikes caused total obliteration, but acknowledges damage report was inconclusive. Hold on. How can you say in one breath that the damage report was inconclusive and then also claim that the strikes caused total obliteration? If the strikes caused total obliteration, then it's conclusive. What the hell is that? What is this? What is this nonsense? It's your inner Pole being based and correct. US President Donald Trump maintained Wednesday that the strikes he ordered on Iranian nuclear facilities caused total obliteration, even after an initial classified report found the attack on only set back Tehran's nuclear program by a few months. Lashing out at the media, including CNN, which reported on the findings, Trump argued the strikes put Iran's nuclear ambitions back decades. Still, Trump acknowledged the intelligence was inconclusive and preliminary and suggested Israel would provide a fuller picture shortly with its own findings. The intelligence was very inconclusive, so you cannot say that it's obliterated their potential. Trump said at the sidelines of the NATO summit in The Hague, "The intelligence says we don't know. It could have been very severe." Okay, there's a difference between we don't know and very severe and totally obliterated. I think Trump should know the difference between these things as the President of the United States. Like, even very severe is still not completely obliterated. Trump called on two of his subordinates, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, to buffer his assertions about the damage assessments. Each insisted Iran's nuclear program had been badly damaged, and each suggested nefarious intentions behind the leak of the report. Badly damaged is also not completely obliterated. Like, what is happening here? Do people really don't know the difference between big damage and total obliteration? He doesn't even know his kid's birthday. You think he'll know law? It was a top secret report. It was preliminary. It was low confidence, Hegseth said to the assessment by the Defense Intelligence Agency, saying there was political motives behind leaking it and that an FBI investigation was underway to identify the leaker. The leaker is so anti-American, I'm telling you. The leaker is so anti-American. You wouldn't believe how much. Rubio said Iran was now way behind where they were just 7 days ago. How do you know if the reports are inconclusive? And if we don't know, then how can you say that? It's either we don't know or we do know, and it's this. Now anything in the world can be rebuilt, but now we know where it is, and if they try to rebuild, we'll have options there as well. It can rebuild somewhere else. That's also an option. As long as they have material, the know-how, etc. Trump says he doesn't believe Iran moved enriched uranium ahead of US strikes. How does he know that? How does he know these things? How does he have such great insight into what Iran did and didn't do if the reports are inconclusive and we don't know? In his remarks alongside the NATO chief in the Netherlands today, the US President Donald Trump said he did not believe the uranium being enriched. I guess he's just giving his opinion, but it still feels weird. They didn't have a chance to get anything out because we acted fast. If it would have taken 2 weeks, maybe, but it's very hard to remove that kind of material. Very hard and very dangerous for them to remove it. How do you know? How do you know it was hard for them? How do you know how hard it was for them? How do you know how much in advance they knew about the attack? How do you know how much time they had to evacuate the material? This is all vibes. This is all just, I feel that has to be true. This is so stupid. Like, this is so immensely stupid. It's always vibes with Trump. I feel like they could not have evacuated it. After all, it's so difficult. It's so hard. Oh, God. Plus, they knew we were coming. And if they knew Plus, they knew we were coming. And if they knew we were coming, they're not going to be down there. What? This is the stupidest thing I've just ever read. okay, maybe not ever. This is the stupidest thing I've read in a while. Plus, they knew we were coming, and if they knew we're coming, they're not going to be down there. What? But if they knew you were coming, then they had time in advance to evacuate the material because they knew you were coming. What the hell? They would not evacuate the material because they knew you were coming? Lucy, I think you're being mean to the lying authoritarian with massive ego who wasn't loved by his father. Oh god. Some of the early assessments have raised questions over whether the US destroyed the... We already know this. Trump said Iran would not have agreed to a ceasefire with Israel had the attack not been successful. Iran broke the ceasefire! Oh my god. This is so brilliant in retrospect, okay? This is comedy. Peak comedy in retrospect, okay? Considering that the ceasefire has been broken. This is amazing. Oh. He did not rule out further strikes on Iran if it rebuilds the nuclear program, but said that was an unlikely scenario. I'm not gonna have to worry about that, he said. It's gone for years, very tough to rebuild because the whole thing has collapsed. Says Trump, who just earlier said that we don't know. Actually. This is a comedy. Can't keep your story straight for 5 seconds. Iran may rethink membership of key nuclear non-proliferation treaty, foreign minister suggests. Iran could rethink its membership of a landmark treaty aimed preventing the spread of nuclear weapons in the wake of US and Israeli strikes on its nuclear sites, the country's foreign minister suggested. The attack on our nuclear facilities will certainly have serious and profound repercussions on Iran's future course. We have worked for many years to demonstrate to the world that we are committed to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and willing to work within its framework. But unfortunately, this treaty has not been able to protect us or our nuclear program. I mean, it's true. The United States has clearly said that Iran has no right to enrich uranium, no matter what, even for civilian use, which I say it's unreasonable. Like, you cannot build a nuclear deal based on a demand that, like, the Non-Proliferation Treaty clearly says that countries have the right to enrich uranium for civilian use, like for nuclear energy, for nuclear power plants, right? And the United States told Iran, no, you cannot do that. You have to import all of your uranium if you want to use it for civilian, for infrastructure. And that to me is extremely unreasonable. We don't know, but trust me, bro. All this is the US's fault. We never should have given them a nuclear reactor. I mean, maybe Trump should not have broken that deal that existed, the Obama deal. So, Iran's top diplomat told the outlet it was still too early to address how Iran would react, but said he would imagine that Iran's view of the nuclear program and non-proliferation regime will undergo changes, the direction of which he cannot yet determine. Yes, the peacemaker Trump. Israeli defense minister designates Iran's central bank a terrorist organization because of course, the order aims to target the heart of the Iranian regime's terror financing system, which operates funds and arms terrorism across the Middle East via the Quds Force and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the ministry said. describing the groups as key financial pipeline and supporting Iranian proxies across the region. Trump draws comparison between U.S. bombing of Hiroshima and his Iran strikes. Oh, God. And now this happened. Usi, I'm too tired to go on. Good night, y'all. Thank you. Good night, Greater Ain't. I mean, to be fair, international law is being treated very loosely by countries nowadays, which saddens me greatly. Like the fact that Hungary said that it would just accept Putin with honors, even though he is being, he has an arrest warrant on his head by the ICC. So he thinks bombing Hiroshima was a good thing? Of course, and Nagasaki too. US President Donald Trump drew a comparison Wednesday between his strikes on Iran over the weekend and US use of nuclear bombs in Japan, saying both were used to successfully end wars. That is okay. You know what? I take back what I said just a moment ago. Okay? Just moments ago, I said that the thing before was the stupidest thing that I've read in a while. But you know what? This one takes the cake. This is the stupidest thing that I've read in a while. The bombing of Hiroshima and the attack on the nuclear facilities are completely incompatible. They're completely incomparable. They're completely different things. Also, this strike did not end the war. The ceasefire was broken. Ridiculous. I don't want to use an example of Hiroshima, but he did anyway. I don't want to use an example of Nagasaki, but he did anyway. But that was essentially the same scene that ended that war. I don't want to use those examples, but I'm absolutely going to do it anyway. Trump said at NATO summit in the Netherlands. This ended that war. This ended that with the war. If we didn't take that out, they'd be fighting. What the hell is this rambling? What is this? What is this English still? This ended that with the war. If we didn't take that out, they'd be fighting right now. What? I know English is not my first language, but what the hell is this sentence structure? What did he even say here? This ended that with the war? If we didn't take that out, they'd be fighting right now. What the fuck did I just read? This is a quote from him. I have no clue. This is so incoherent. What the hell did I just read? The comments came as Trump worked to underscore the significance of his strikes. Which he said set back Iran's nuclear program by decades. I don't think they'll ever do it again. They said that they would absolutely continue, and some countries said that they would even give them nuclear warheads now. Trump said on Iran's nuclear ambitions, they just went through hell. I think they've had it. The last thing they want to do is enrich. No, they said they would still enrich. Like, what the fuck? Like, Trump is so delusional. He said he was awaiting a report from Israel on the damage assessments from Iran, which he said would vindicate his claims of total obliteration. Next, he's gonna claim he invented squirrels. Which ones? The cute ginger ones or the destructive white ones? Including Tusk and the cohort for repealing the asylum laws. I don't even want to talk about that right now. I don't even want to talk about the whole asylum law thing. We're gonna have to at some point, but not right now. Right now, we're talking about Iran. That is our main focus at this moment. Like the stream, okay? Before we move on, like the stream. If you like what I do, if you like my politics, if you like my values, I see your messages. If you like my values, if you like my everything, I mean, I believe that, but there has to be an enforcing mechanism, which unfortunately right now we don't have a viable enforcing mechanism. But yes, I am a strong believer in international law. So, if you like my values, politics, etc., then please join this page and consider donating or subscribing. I'm gathering money for my next trip to Ukraine as we speak. I'm gathering a fund. All right, let's go. Continue. And we have this operation graph. Next. I love going through these in chronological order. Trump maintains Iran strikes cause total obliteration. Despite early intel report, catch up here. Below are the latest developments. Total obliteration. Trump has insisted that the strikes he ordered on Iranian nuclear sites caused total obliteration, even though he also said that we don't know. Hiroshima comparisons. Controversially, Trump has drawn comparisons between his strikes on Iran over the weekend and the US use of nuclear bombs in Japan, saying both were used to successfully end wars. Incorrect. Gaza deal. He believes that Gaza deal is close. Again, incorrect. Nuclear treaty in jeopardy. Correct. Iran Central Bank designated as a terrorist organization. Qatar says there is momentum created by Israel-Iran ceasefire to restart Gaza talks. We'll see. This is the time now for President Trump to push for it, and we believe he is sincere about it. We are willing to help on that. Listen, this is my only comment that I've got, okay?
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
That's my comment on the development so far, okay? That is I think no better comment could be made if I even tried. There's no better way to summarize what's happening. You know? Iran is much further away from nuclear weapons after US strikes, Rubio says. Okay, whatever. He just repeating the same crap all over and over. CNN gets close look at damage left by Israeli airstrike on Tehran residential building. Alright. Oh, there we go. NATO chief says Daddy Trump helped resolve Middle East crisis. Oh boy, that is so pathetic. This is what people have to resort to get the favor of Donald J. Trump. Call him daddy. Please help us, daddy. Please help us. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte offered a vivid description of US President Donald Trump's handling of the Middle East crisis during their talks earlier Wednesday, after Trump compared the fighting sides, in this case Israel and Iran, to two kids in a schoolyard. Rutte chimed in with his own analogy. Fuck me. I'm willing to bet good money that Netanyahu both wants to and doesn't want to destroy the nuclear taboo. You know what? That's pretty fair to say. Then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language. Later, Ruth dismissed a question about his weak and demeaning approach to Trump as a matter of taste after referring to Trump as Daddy. Isn't it a bit demeaning and doesn't it make you look weak? A reporter asked Ruth at a concluding news conference in The Hague. No, I don't think so, Ruth said. I think it's a bit of a question of taste, but he is a good friend. When he is doing stuff which is forcing us to, for example, when it comes to making more investments, would you ever think this would be the result of this summit if he would not have been re-elected president? Did you see Hassan Minhaj's interview with Mark Crystal? No, I haven't. Can you link it? We're gonna go through more updates, but if you can link it, then we can take a look at it. Doesn't he deserve some grace? He went on pointing to Trump's decision to bomb Iran and insisting, I think he deserves all the praise. I think he deserves being called daddy. Wow. Okay. Rutte's comparison was in keeping with his general approach to Trump this week. In a private text message Trump later made public, Rutte fawned over Trump's strikes in Iran. That was truly extraordinary and something no one else dared to do. Yeah, that is dick sucking. A tremendous victory for everybody. Watch Trump's remarks on the US strikes on Iran. Oh boy. Israel Atomic Energy Commission says US strike on Fordo destroyed the site's critical infrastructure. I don't really trust Israel. Okay? I would like an independent group to sort of make assessments on it, not Israel. Because believe it or not, Israel is not a trustworthy party, okay? It's definitely not an objective
For 5
party.
years, you were in charge of the U.S. military's most...
Okay, we will... Why war doesn't work. Okay, we'll watch this. Because this is... I'm worried about statements like war doesn't work. Whatever that means. I wonder if Ukraine is gonna be... I wonder if Ukraine is gonna be here. Mentioned, because, you know, it's a war. Oh, let's watch. We will watch the interview in a moment. I'd respect someone more if they ran with their pants down and cried, I don't know what I'm doing, then someone calling Trump daddy. That sounds so horrible. Daddy Trump. That has such a horrible ring to it. My goodness. Right. Damn. The chat is crazy. Ah, calling Trump daddy. My goodness. All right. Wow. Okay. It's getting heated in the... Where have I... Oh, yes. The devastating U.S. strike on Fordow destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility inoperable, said the statement with which the White House distributed. We assess that the American strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, combined with Israeli strikes on the other elements of Iran's military nuclear program, has set back Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons by many years. Okay, what is this assessment based on? And how does it differ from the US one that said that it only set it back by a few months? I want a breakdown, okay? I want some sort of like a... I want a breakdown of what was happening and what it now. What will convince them not to do it? Listen to the latest episode of CNN's One Thing. Oh no, whatever. It's promoting your crap. Iran's nuclear installations were badly damaged in US and Israeli attacks, Iranian spokesperson says. Okay, badly damaged is, again, still not total obliteration. Our nuclear installations have been badly damaged, that's for sure, because it has come under repeated attacks by Israeli and American aggressors. He said the country's Atomic Energy Organization and agencies are working on a technical assessment on Iran's future nuclear facilities. So has it been... So has it been slightly damaged, severely damaged, or totally obliterated? Oh my gosh. The US has to take action to secure stability around the world. Oh, of course. The daddy guy. Israel intercepts drone. Very, very successful. Trump concedes initial US assessment said Iran nuclear size damage could be limited or very severe. What? What the fuck? What? Oh my gosh. Mm. Oh my gosh. Okay. Trump concedes initial US assessment said Iran nuclear size damage could be limited or very severe. Could be limited or very severe. The document said it could be very severe damage, but they didn't take that. They said it could be limited or it could be very severe. They really didn't know other than to say it could be limited or it could be very, very severe. Trump said during a news conference at a NATO meeting at The Hague. The site is obliterated and we think everything nuclear is down there, the president. So is it severely damaged or is it whatever? Poland is number one. Again. Trump says US will meet with Iran next week but doesn't believe a nuclear deal is necessary. We're going to talk to them next week with Iran. We may sign an agreement. I don't know. To me, I don't think it's that necessary. I mean, they had a war. They fought. Now they're going back to their world. I don't care if I have an agreement or not. The art of the deal, by the way. The only thing we'll be asking for is that we were asking for before, which is forbidding Iran from doing any enrichment. We want no nuclear, but we destroyed the nuclear. In other words, it's destroyed. Oh my god. We want no nuclear, but we destroyed the nuclear. In other words, it's destroyed. Oh my fucking god. I say Iran will not have nuclear. Well, we blew it up. It's blown up to Kingdom Come, and so I don't feel very strongly about it. If we got a document, it wouldn't be bad. We're going to meet with them. We want to know nuclear, but we destroyed the nuclear. In other words, it's destroyed. Oh god. I'm saving this sentence for a rainy day. We destroyed it. In other words, it's destroyed. Trump says Iran needs oil money to rebuild again, signaling possible flexibility on US sanctions. They're in the oil business. I mean, I could stop if I want to sell China the oil myself. I don't want to do that. They're going to need the money to put that country back into shape. We want to see that happen. Trump, early intel report that says US strikes only set back Iran's nuclear program by months is incomplete. He didn't say it's incorrect. He said it's incomplete. They didn't see it. All they can do is take a guess. Have you seen it? Who saw it? You should be proud of these pilots. And you shouldn't be trying to demean them. Those pilots flew at great risk. I don't really have a message. I would say issue the report when you know what happened. I wouldn't say it could be severe or maybe not. They used the word severe. It could be severe or maybe it's not. So people like you picked up and said, oh, it's not severe. The report was not a complete report, he said. I see. Wow. Trump added that he doesn't really have a message for the intelligence community. I don't really have a message. I would say issue the report when you know what happened. I wouldn't say it could be severe or maybe not. They used the word severe. It could be severe or maybe it's not. So people like you picked up and said, oh, it's not severe. The report was not a complete report. That's... White House and GOP leadership circulated talking points on Israel-Iran conflict ahead of US strikes. In the lead up to the US military strikes on 3 of Iran's nuclear facilities, the White House and GOP congressional leadership were actively helping to shape the message for President Donald Trump's Capitol Hill allies, according to talking points shared with CNN. President Trump has never wavered in his stance that Iran cannot be allowed to have a nuclear weapon or enrich at all. Meeting with Iran. Intel report on US strikes. Flexibility on sanctions. With Iran's myth of invincibility broken, many now concerned about domestic crackdowns. Top House and Senate intelligence Democrats warn administration against manipulating facts at briefings. At least 35 air defense personnel killed in Israeli attacks. Sent back years. Qatar Airways says at least 90 flights were forced to divert. Oh, NATO chief clarifies earlier comments about Trump. I didn't call him daddy. And I said that sounds a little bit like a small child asking his daddy, hey, are you still staying with the family? So in that sense, I used daddy, not that I was calling President Trump daddy, he continued. What is the state of international politics? I did not call him daddy. Oh, they're still working on the technical assessment, so we don't actually know. We don't know. CIA obtained credible evidence indicating Iran's nuclear program was severely damaged, so not completely obliterated. News conference, and that's it. Wait for new updates. Democratic senator says it's troubling the Trump administration decided to limit classified information. On the attack on the Iranian facilities over the weekend, Republicans were briefed and Democrats weren't. Oh yeah, that happened, I remember. And so now apparently President Donald Trump has decided that war and bombing is apartisan and not bipartisan. And this is a real problem. So when they're saying now they're going to pull back even more, this is not about pulling back against Democrats. It's about not informing the American public. Jake Tapper responds to Trump's criticism of CNN's coverage of U.S. strikes on Iran. CNN's Jake Tapper offers a harsh rebuke to U.S. President Donald Trump's attack on media outlets for reporting on a preliminary Defense Intelligence Agency report from the Pentagon that found U.S. strikes likely may have only set Iran's ability to produce a nuclear weapon back by a matter of months. Trump and his administration have repeatedly said that the strikes obliterated Iran's ability to produce a weapon. Trump defends Netanyahu in corruption trial after having harsh words for Israel yesterday. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a lot of bombs. Oh yeah, that's true. In his Wednesday message, Trump praised Netanyahu, calling him a great wartime prime minister. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bibi and I just went through hell together, fighting a very tough and brilliant longtime enemy of Israel, Iran, and Bibi could not have been better, sharper, or stronger in his love for the incredible Holy Land. Anybody else would have suffered losses, embarrassment, and chaos. Trump said, I was shocked to hear that the state of Israel, which has just one of its greatest moments in history and is strongly led by Bibi Netanyahu, is continuing its ridiculous witch hunt against their great war time prime minister, he added in the post. Where am I? Hold on. There we go. Oh boy. What a beautiful, beautiful man Netanyahu is. I was shocked to hear that the state of Israel, which has just had one of its greatest moments in history, and is strongly led by Bibi Netanyahu, is continuing its ridiculous witch hunt against their great wartime prime minister. Hello, Arkael. Beautiful. Witch hunt. Jake Tapper responds to Trump's criticism of CNN's coverage of US strikes on Iran. Also, hello Lucy, good stream. Hello Vladimir. Welcome, welcome. Mr. Glean, Likud filibuster literally to keep their military dictatorship in place. Hello, Mr. Green. I don't think I've seen you here before. Are you a new viewer? Are you new in this land? Okay. That's it, I guess. That's all the updates that we have. How did you enjoy? Have you enjoyed my little recap of events? I've been around for some time. I'm a fan of Sunday and Cathedral goer. Oh, you should be here more often, okay? I'm trying to grow from a micro streamer to a small streamer. That is my goal, my short-term goal. Also, I have to do this, okay? I'm sorry, I have to do this because I'm going to Ukraine again soon. So I ask you that you consider, if you like what I do, my everything, then, you know, consider doing this. Should look into the history of the term filibuster, especially in the American context. I am a historian, so I will. So yes, consider joining this page and donating or subscribing so that I can gather the funds for the next trip to Ukraine. I've got the ticket money. Now I need travel money and translator money and food money. All those monies that I need in order to effectively, you know, do the thing. So there we go. There we have it. Does that work? Does that make sense? Daddy. Oh. Will you be paying house repairs out of pocket? Do you have any kind of insurance or coverage in Poland for water damage? Yeah, I have insurance. I'm gathering money for the Ukraine work. Thank God I don't have to pay for water from pocket. I think coverage will cover it. Coverage will cover it. I'm starting to talk like Trump. But it's true. The coverage will in fact cover it. Everything. The coverage will cover it all. Hmm. All right. I feel like we've holy moly, how long have we streamed? Another oh gosh. 3 hour 37. So we're gonna stop for now because in total we've streamed for like 10 hours or something crazy. Okay. So I'm gonna how do I put it? And for now, we're gonna turn all these things into segments and it's gonna be epic and cool. Okay? We're gonna cover more politics later during the day as I prepare for the trip. For the trip of the year. Also, I have to get more hormones. That's a thing as well. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. So I guess I'll throw you over to... Oh. It's what is... I'll throw you over to VegCom. I think they are online. Wow. I've been responded with silence. Wait, I'm on top chat. Okay. VegCom it is. Wait, hold on. Where is the... What? What the hell? Studio. Oh, wow. I've gained subscribers. I did not see that coming. Okay. Whatever, I'm going to watch the whole stream later. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're gonna stream sometime during the day later because I have to do some serious fundraising. Oh, that's true. VegCom. VegCom. Okay, I'll see you. See you. Bye-bye. Perfect.